Hey everyone, what is going on? I'm back at it with you guys with the Danger Dark World. I'm gonna go ahead and break down the deck profile here for you. And if you saw the other video, I'm assuming you were here when you saw we did a test hand for the entire deck. We're gonna break down the deck, what's in it, and of course our extra deck as well. So let's go and break it down first. We're gonna go ahead and do the main MVPs of the deck to get your combos going. Triple Genta. Self-explanatory. I'm gonna go ahead and just break down the deck because if you saw the video, you kind of already know what the cards do, and it's a fairly simple deck to to get the hang of. Triple Rainbow, level 8s. Triple Graph. These are the main ones you need to run 3 of. Triple Snow, search out any Dark World card. So whatever it is that you need, you'll just add it to hand. Double Cerulli, I've thought about bringing it down to 1, but 2 runs pretty well because you want to go first ideally, and the point of this deck is to hand loop your opponent. So you just want to be able to have that option as soon as possible, pretty much make them scoop going into game 2. Double Soul, of course, for Cerulli, or just bounce from hand to pitch. To grave to field, bounce back to hand to special summon the rainbow or the graph. The 1-ofs for the Dark World, 1 beige. I feel like this card is really good. I don't think it gets enough credit. It's a 4 special itself. For discard, it's just like a looped, infinite. The 1 Pearl. Pearl's pretty good. I know some people cut it out. I've played with and without it, but I figured with it, especially again going first, the draw power that you have with this deck, it's just really good because you can special summon just about anything that you need to bring back to your hand, or even if you happen to send the beige or the silver into the graveyard for a link, or just let's say for ascensions, just because you really needed it, then he can special summon it for you, or even discarding him from Cerulli's effect. It's pretty broken if you already have 1 Cerulli in the graveyard for any reason that you just need to discard it. You couldn't get back into it because Grappa sometimes you'll need to discard and pop automatically. So the 1 Brow, he's good, he's decent, it's not bad. I know some people cut him out, some people play him at 2. I think 3's too much. I think 1 is good for this deck because again you have so much draw power. It works well with 1, but you can replace the Pearl for 2 Brows if you don't feel like running the Pearl. I was actually running 2 of these, but I just replaced them with Pearl. So that one's that's it for the Dark World monsters. We have the 1 Blackwing Sephiroth Elite. Salamander at 1. I used to run it at 2, but it's a hard once per turn, so I figured you really just need 1 of these to go out, because the other one, it's pretty much in your hand. You can't activate it again. Going into the dangers, we have Danger Tsuchinoko, pretty much a free, special summon itself, so it's pretty good even if it snipes itself. Jackalope, of course, all dangers work the same. You special summon if they don't get sniped and draw a card. Also, if this one gets into the graveyard, you can special summon 1 danger from your deck in face-up defense position. So this one's pretty good because whether you need a level 4 to go into Degrasse, or a level 8 to go into Coach King, or you want to go into a Hope Harbinger, or you just need an extra monster to go into a let's say Akashic Magician, because we're gonna we also do run the Bigfoot, which is also a beast monster, so we can go to Akashic Magician. Pretty much anything that you may need in there. The 1 Chupacabra, thinking about running this one at 2, but I only have 1 at this given time, so I might replace one Mothman for another Chupacabra, just because Chup is a fiend and he goes well. Even early game, if you pitch him, you can still use the effect of gates for a Chup. So that's pretty good. The 1 level 8 Danger Thunderbird, he is a winged beast. He goes well with Sephiroth because again, Akashic Magician has a hard, two of the same type of monsters. So if you have Sephiroth and Danger Thunderbird, you can use that for Akashic Magician, or Thunderbird is also level 8, so you can use for any XYZs for that. Two of the Danger Bigfoots, self-explanatory. Again, he's a beast, so good for Akashic Magician or for any XYZ level 8 that you want to do. We do run 3 level 8s here, and I'll go ahead and let you guys know exactly what those are. I'll pick that card up in a second. We do run 2 Nessies. I think 2 Nessie is pretty good. 3 might be a little too much for me. I think if you can, resolve 1 Nessie, you're like pretty much set. And in case you don't, you have the backup Nessie, and Nessie can't search himself, so it's fine. I feel like having 3 Nessies might be too much. 2 Mothman, he's a big plus. He's a level 4. Even if he snipes himself, you still get to draw 1 and discard 1. So it's a plus. But again, thinking about cutting it back down to 1 and replacing it for a Choop, but this works pretty well. So that's my point of view on that one. Going into the spells, of course, the triple gates, must-haves. I know some people cut it down to 2 for some reason. I just don't really see the sense in it, especially if you have Genta. Genta just, gets it out so quick. Double Ascensions, could be run at 1. Maybe you can run 2 Archives, but I prefer Ascensions just because, the sooner you see it, the better. You don't have to search out for it. And then you can discard itself with Archives and, discard another card, Dark World monster, and gain that effect and bring it back. So it's just, the sooner you have it, the better. And the 1 Archives, like I said, maybe you can do Ascension. For 2 Archives, just because, Archives is really great, first if I pitch 1 to make them gain attack with any Dark World monsters equal to that monster's level. Or you can discard another card when you discard a Dark World from a Dark World effect, and you draw 2 cards. So just really great card overall. And of course, double Allure of Darkness. You have so many darks on here. Allure of Darkness works really great with Genta. Just activate the gates or even the Archives. And if you draw into Genta, or if you have Genta in hand, you can banish him, and Genta will special summon itself. So it's a free special summon. Or you can do a Silva. I guess it doesn't matter because remember, Pearl can bring them back from the banished, or even a Graph, because once you summon Graph, the Overlord, the Fusion, you can go ahead and bring them back from the banished zone. And the 1 of Card Destruction, I feel like this card is kind of like pretty much a staple now, especially since Tear Laments are dead. It's like, it's pretty great, especially now, like if, going turn 1, you hand loop Card Destruction, you have so many resources in hand. Go ahead and check that one out. But that's it for the main deck. Let's go ahead and break down the extra deck here. So for the extra deck, of course, must have double Graph. Here goes our 3 level 8s, of course, the Coach King. Needed here. It's funny because you won't always need them on turn 1, but it's really great to make on turn 1. Zombie Stain, great effect. Detach 2, level 8 material. Change them to defense, target 1 card on the field. If it goes through, then you negate that effect. So it's pretty much like an Omni negate, if you will. So that's a big staple. And number 38, Hope Harbinger, of course. Negate any spell. Go ahead and take it as material. Then detach 1. You can make him the attack target in case they want to run into Appaloosa for any reason after you negate an effect. You can make them crash into him. Dugaris, self-explanatory, draw power. Underworld Goddess, get rid of problematic stuff. Dread Skull, more draw power. Appaloosa, negations for monsters. BLS, really great card. You have plenty of level 7s, level 8s to go ahead and go into him and get rid of any problematic cards. Crash into, beat down a defense monster or even the Ceruli, and then you banish a card or make him gain for 1500 attack, and he's just a big problem to deal with that they have to worry about, especially if you have like your board set up. The 1 Nightmare Unicorn to get rid of problematic cards, just bounce it back to the deck. Akashic, of course, to hand loop. Muckracker, great card. If you don't use the effect right away, of course, otherwise you're locked in to Fiend's monster special summon only. If not, when a monster would be destroyed, you can destroy one other monster on the field. So, pretty good card. And of course, for the interruptions, IP Masquerena. That's it. That's pretty much it for the deck, guys. Hope you enjoyed the deck build. Let me know comments below. Any ideas for the main or the extra deck. And check out the other video if you haven't to see how the deck works and how you can set up turn 1 the board for the Omni Negates and hand loop. Peace.